Hi guys, my name is Kelly. Welcome to Money Box by the Rookie Manager. Now today I want to talk about something that I see repeated quite often on social media but also on some personal finance columns. It usually goes something like this. You cannot get rich by saving. Rich people did not get there by saving money. And there's often, a lengthy explanation that gives examples of totally wealthy people and saying that they didn't make their billions by saving. Now, I find this advice misleading. It's very catchy and attractive. You don't have to save money. That's not how people get rich. And today I want to address that and sort of debunk it, but also make certain points and the reason and say why it bothers me so much. One, I would want to talk about why this is very popular. This is because many people define saving money as taking money and putting it in a savings bank account. That's not what saving is. Saving is to forgo consumption. So you are intended to spend some money and you don't spend it and you keep it aside. You have saved some money. A savings account actually is just one of the many financial products in the market. It has little to do with the principle or the practice of saving money. So let's agree on that first. So when you intended to spend some money and you don't spend it or you forgo consumption, you have saved. Keeping money in a bank account is a form of saving, and it may not even be saving. You could keep money that you intend to spend in a savings account. Does that mean you have saved? No. Does that mean you get wealthy? No. But let's first separate the two. Saving money in a bank account, saving money, two different but related things. Now, how do you get wealthy? First, any person, including the richest of the rich, will tell you that they got where they are today by foregoing consumption. Because for you to invest money, for your money to grow, for your money to work for you, you have to have it. So really, you have to have saved your money and then you invest it and then it grows. So if someone tells you, you cannot get wealthy by saving and you have to invest like the rich do, maybe ask them, where do the rich get the money to invest from? Where do they get this money? They get it by foregoing consumption. So I like to think about financial independence as something that goes in three key steps. One, you forego consumption, so you save money that you intended to spend. Two, you accumulate that money because, again, we may not all be able to save crazy amounts of money every month or every week or even every year. So you accumulate it. And then three, you invest it in investments that enable your money to grow. And that's how you achieve financial independence. And that's how most wealthy people create or grow their wealth. Now, where do you save this money? And this is where now the confusion comes in. Looking at it as step one, where we want to save and then accumulate, you have many options on where to save your money. One, you can do it in a savings account. I like savings accounts because especially in our market, we have different types that even allow you to restrict the number of times you withdraw in a year. So some will say you can only withdraw once a quarter or once every 6 months. Now, the advantage of this is it reduces the temptation to spend the money. If you keep it in your usual spending account, of course, something will come up and you'll spend it. Do savings accounts pay much in terms of returns? No. They barely, even some of them don't even hit inflation. When we use savings accounts, we are using them solely as a tool of accumulating our savings so that we can put them in other investments that will earn us some money. The second way of saving that I've seen people use is using a piggy bank. People who are doing the 52-week challenge especially like piggy banks because piggy banks are tangible and you're able to see yourself doing something which kind of motivates you. I don't advocate for piggy banks, especially for adults, for a number of reasons. One, I feel like unless you live alone, they're not very safe. Someone could just pick your piggy bank and take off with it, and you won't be able to recover your money, or they could even figure out a way of breaking in and taking the money out. And then secondly, I think it limits, you're not able to track how much you're saving, and it limits how much you can plan for your money. So how do you know that you've achieved your goal if you've just been putting change into a piggy bank? I advocate for more deliberate ways to save. That said, if that's your method, please don't let me discourage you from doing it. The other way that people save is using money markets. Now, you'll find that most insurance companies and investment houses have money market tools. They collect or pool together money and they lend it. They do what we call either overnight lending or invest in short-term government instruments. Don't worry, if this sounds like jargon to you, we will be debunking or talking more about this as we go on. And they're able to pay a decent rate of return, and they're fairly secure. Now, the advantage of money market over a savings account is, of course, it will pay more, but also secondly, you'll not be able to access the money on a whim. So once you save that money, then you can decide, depending on your financial goals or your financial plans, how do you want to invest it? Do you want to put it in a circle and keep saving through there because you want to borrow? And we'll talk about circles. Do you want to put it in stocks, that's shares? Do you want to buy a piece of land? Do you want to buy long-term government bonds, and so on and so forth? And we'll be talking about all these options. But guys, as I close this video, I want to say, if you see an article or a Facebook post saying that you cannot get rich by saving, please do me a favor and comment there and say, everyone who gets rich does so by saving, because saving means to forgo consumption, which you then invest and you grow your wealth. So that's the end of today's video. Please hit the subscribe button so that you receive videos as they are uploaded, and then feel free to get in touch with me via my social media accounts, my blog rookiemanager.com, and my email address. They are all linked to this post. And then finally guys, please sign up for the 52-week challenge. Thank you.